This is our fourth video in our series about Dutch whaling in the 17th century. This video is not going to contain a lot of history, since we're mostly going to talk about the two types of whales that the Dutch actually hunted in the 17th century. The two types of whales the Dutch hunted were the Bowhead whale and the North Atlantic right whale. The reason for this is that they both have a pretty high fat percentage. They're relatively slow swimmers and they have a mild temperament. And because of this high fat percentage, they do have a tendency to float after death, which of course was handy for the whalers at the time. The Noordkaper, or North Atlantic right whale in English, the Latin name is Eubelina glacialis. The English called this the right whale because it was the right whale to hunt. They can reach a length of 14.5 meters till about 18.3 meters, with the females getting a bit larger than the males, and they can reach an age of about 70 years. The patches on the head of the whale and above the eye consist of whale lice and are unique for every individual. There are probably less than 366 individuals alive in the ocean today, and the numbers are dropping. This is mostly caused by declining food resources, collisions with ships, and entanglement in discarded fishing nets, and their low reproduction rate. The Groenlandse walvis, or also known as bowhead whale, Greenland right whale, Russian whale, or steepletop whale, among other names. The Latin pronunciation is Belinidae mysticetus. They can reach a length of about 20 meters, and research was started after the discovery of a 150-year-old harpoon point in the skull of a bowhead whale. To find out how old these creatures could get. Scientists now believe that the bowhead whale can reach ages of above 200 years old, which makes them the most long-lived mammal on Earth. Their baleen plates can grow to be over 3 meters long, which is the longest of any whale. There are about 10,000 individuals in the Alaskan population and 5,000 in the West Greenland population. There are a few smaller populations that just number about 100 or a few tens of individuals. The native Inupiat people of northwestern Canada are still allowed to hunt the bowhead whale in the traditional manner. This is highly regulated, and once every few years researchers join them to do research on these whales, because we still have a lot we do not know. Both North Atlantic right whales and bowhead whales are hunted by orca whales or killer whales. You often can find bite marks on their fins or tails. After the orcas kill the whale, they only eat the tongue. This phenomenon was already witnessed by Dutch explorers in the 16th century. What resources did the Dutch gain from these whales? They got the baleen, the whale oil, and the whale bones. Okay, now we're going to have a look at what they could do with the resources they gained from the whales. The whale bones could be made into a particular kind of oil that it was said of was good against rheumatism. The bones could also be made into a kind of glue, and the bones were often brought back to the Netherlands and used in towns where a lot of whalers came from as decoration, and were used for things like fence posts and things like that. The oil was used as general lamp oil, but it was also used in a lot of industries like the leather industry, the cloth making, soap making, candle making, the wool industry, and it was also used as a general lubricant. And for the baleen, there were a lot of uses for baleen. In the beginning of the 17th century, there wasn't as high a demand for it, but as the time went on, the demand grew. And in short, if today we would make it out of plastic, then they would make it out of baleen. And now we're going to have a look at a list of things they could make from baleen. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if you have any questions about any of the subjects we've spoken of in this video or in any other video we have, leave it in the comments. And as always, now we're going to stare at a spinning coin.